Hi. Hey guys. This is Always Acting Up, and this is the podcast host, Caslin speaking. This is the podcast where I'm going to be sharing all of my personal stories and journeys as an actress in the entertainment industry. And this podcast, we are going to talk about sticky situations. But first, I want to give a shout out to everyone following along on the podcast. I love you. YouTube, Instagram, and of course, this could not be possible without my producer, Hassani Johnson. Okay, so I was thinking about this for a little bit, and I was trying to classify where I think this story should go. And I was like, it's really not an actor horror story. It is kind of it's really not even that horrific. It's just sort of like an awkward situation. And so we're just going to call this sticky situations. That's right. I said situations. I know. I'm aware of it. But I ended up getting a text message, and my heart immediately sank. Like, I really try so hard to keep people sort of neutral, and we're all at the same level, and it's a professional environment. And sometimes, like, you just can't avoid these situations. And I don't know if things are awkward now. I didn't want it to go there. My heart sank a little bit, but I guess I'm going to share with you guys what happened, and let me know your thoughts, and did I handle this okay? Because sometimes I don't know. I just do the best that I can. But here's how the story goes. All right, I didn't know all that was going to happen. But thank you, Seinfeld. Thank you. All right, so let me tell you guys about this story here. I was talking to a friend, and she has this regular gig with this company that's always constantly filming stuff. And we've talked about it actually on several occasions. And I was like, if there's anything around, like, I'm here, I'm available, whatever. Like, the last thing I want to do is bug somebody who is a friend of mine for work. Like, I never want to do that. I know some people would be like, yo, broski, hook it up, but that's just not me. I don't want to do that. And I would never want someone to do that for me either. But she kind of put it out there, hey, we're actually casting a whole bunch of projects. Do you want me to submit you? And I was like, yeah, sure, of course. If I'm a good fit, then, obviously, why not? And so she kind of did, okay, I'm going to submit you, but I just want you to know, like, this director's a little bit different. And I was like, well, what do you mean different? And she's like, well, he's a little quirky. He's just different. Like, he's a nice person. He'll get the job done. He's professional. Like, you'll see what I'm talking about once you're on set. And I was like, all right, okay, fine. I coached kids for like 6-7 years. And I figured, like, all right, I can handle all kinds of kids. Like, I'm pretty sure I can handle adults and at least be understanding from where everyone's coming from. I ended up getting a call from the director, or maybe it was an email. Who cares? I don't know. I got the job. Thank you so much to my friend. And he was like, okay, so we're going to be filming here, and it's going to be a one-day shoot. It's going to pay X amount of money. So I was like, sweet. Like, I'm kind of on a roll for booking at this point, and a one-day shoot, a little bit of money. Like, this is awesome. I'm grateful. Like, I'm always grateful for a booking, but something super easy like this where I didn't have to audition. I just sent in a picture. Awesome. I mean, honestly, if every job can be like that, that would be great. So maybe one day that'll happen. I don't know. So I drive 45 minutes. I'm in this like Pioneer Saloon sort of like old Western sort of area, and there's nobody there. I'm like, all right, did I mess up? Like, I'm pretty sure I read the call sheet and the time, and I'm there walking around, and I'm like, I don't see a single person with a camera. I must not be at the right place. So I ended up calling the number that was provided on my email, and they were just running behind. Like, no big deal. That happens pretty much all the time. It's really hard to say, especially on a film set, yeah, it's going to be 3 hours. Like, all right, let's double that. It's going to be like more like 5 to 6 hours. And that's just something that I expect. And so they were running behind, and they finally get there, ready for, my section of the shoot. And it was literally the camera guy, a makeup artist, the other actor that I was acting opposite of, and the sound guy. Like, that was it. So I'm like, okay, cool. Like, honestly, I love big crews, but I really, really like small crews. I love small sets. I think they're really intimate. I love being able to communicate with everybody equally on set and really getting to know people. I didn't have like lines to study. I didn't really have a storyline. I honestly, you know what? I honestly didn't really know what I was doing. He said, I'm going to play waitress. I'm like, okay, cool. Like, I've waited tables 3 million years. I think I can play a waitress. And we get there and he gives me a couple lines and he said, okay, we're going to do this. Let's do a rehearsal and shoot. I was like, whoa. All right, well, okay, cool. So we did that. Yeah, it was a little stiff, but it was fine. We did one little shoot segment. Then we went on to the next one. And this whole time, I could just feel the tension growing between the crew. Like, I don't know what had happened the shoot before or if they worked together often, but like I could just start feeling these vibes. And I'm a pretty perky person, so I'm trying not to be obnoxious, and the other actor and everyone's being professional, but like you could just start feeling the tension. And we go on to the second scene, and I'm really not sure what caused it, but I think the director had said to do something, and the DP set it up, and then the director said, okay, now let's do this. And he's like, well, I can't do that because it doesn't work for the shot. Like, I just set this up. We have to kind of stay in this area. And I don't know like what happened from there, but this shit escalated so quickly to the point where he was like, you know what? I'm done. Like, I'm going to quit. You want me to quit? And I'm sitting there like, oh God, like I'm literally in front of his camera right now. He could probably see my face and my reactions, but it was just like, oh my God, like they're fighting, they're arguing. Like, do I back away like a couple feet, let them have their privacy? Or do I just stand there with some stupid smile on my face? Like, oh, awkward. What do I do? And eventually they solved it. And the funny thing is that I have a feeling this happens all the time because the DP actually came up to me once things had wrapped and he was like, look, I'm so sorry things escalated that way. I'm just super frustrated. I'm usually not like this. I'm apologize. I didn't mean to put you in this situation. And to be honest, I was like, okay, like I kind of get where you're coming from because it was a little bit all over the place. Luckily, all I had to do was, hang out in front of the camera and have a fun time. So I kind of understood why the tension and everything got that way. But for me, it was just one day and it was a fun shoot and I was glad to be there. Hey. And so like a couple months go by and I tried to give it, I want to say a good solid couple months. Like, I know it's going to take a long time to get it back because they have to do the editing and then maybe they got to give it to their client and then they don't want stuff being released, whatever. So I gave it a solid amount of time. And then I kind of just reached out to production and the director. Yo, I follow up all the time. So if you think I'm not going to, I will. And I was like, hey, just checking to see how you're doing. Just kind of wanted to see if I could get any footage, if there's anything available. I'm just always trying to add to my reel. And he responds, hey, like perfect timing. It's not done now, but it's going to be done next week. Go ahead and reach back out. So I'm like, oh, cool. Like, this is going to be awesome. It's always nice to see the projects that you did, like, actually come to life. It's nice to just see what it looks like and your performance. And I got so busy, y'all, I actually forgot. Shame on me. I know. But the cool thing, and this is where I was like, wow, this is so cool. He actually, a week later, sent me the footage without me having to remind him or reach out. He just sent it to me, which I was like, oh my God, like, that's so cool. Like, I completely forgot. Thank you for remembering. Honestly, it meant so much to me. So I sent him another little message and I was like, hey, I completely forgot. I basically told him what I just said. And I was like, thank you so much for reaching out. I really appreciate it. I look forward to working with you again at some other point. And then I get a text message that says, hey, maybe I could take you out for dinner sometimes. One more. maybe I could take you out to dinner sometime. Crap! Y'all, what? What? No, like, no. I work so hard not to have those lines crossed. And now I'm in this, like, really awkward situation. The thing is, like, he's a good 20, okay, maybe not that old. Okay, yeah, maybe 20 to 30 years older than I. And there's nothing wrong. Age ain't nothing but a number. I know, Aaliyah. We heard you. But I didn't lead him on at all. And I have totally been accused of doing that in the past. And I am aware of where I went wrong with that. But I did not lead him on at all. And so I got that message and I was like, shit, like, crap, I don't know how to respond to this. So I kind of just didn't respond for a little while. And I was thinking, like, let me give it a little bit of time. Maybe I can find a better way to professionally say this. And then he responds back right away, hey, so no response. Are you mad at me? And I was like, whoa, are we dating now? What the hell? And then, of course, I was like, oh, actually, like, it was so funny. I stepped away and my purse was in my bag and I didn't even see it until now. Obviously, that's not true. Y'all just learned all my tricks. And yeah, then I kind of just had to say, I'm in a relationship right now, which is true. Hey. And I'd like to just keep this a professional relationship. Honestly, I don't even remember exactly what I said specifically. All I remember just being like, fuck, like, there it goes. Another job, another person that's never gonna be in contact with me again because I just turned him down. I don't know. Maybe it's not. I hope it's not an awkward situation, but it's possible that it is. I guess a round of applause for the bravery, because I do think it is a very brave thing to ask people out. For all you ladies and gentlemen out there who do go out on a limb and put yourself out there, bravo to you. Like, none of this Netflix and chilling nonsense, like to go out and actually ask somebody out. Bravo, because it is very difficult and it's scary. So, good work for you. It will work out at some point. But in the meantime, this brings me to my favorite part of the podcast, the moment of positivity. So the good thing about all this is that it wasn't really it was cheesy, but it was a cute little project that I got to be a part of. And, I got paid, so I'm really not complaining. And so with that being said, I have a couple quotes for us today because, life is really hard and it's awkward and sometimes we just don't know what to do. Here's a good one. I just thought it was kind of funny and it is absolutely me. It says, my life is just a series of awkward and humiliating moments separated by snacks. I don't know, y'all, that's funny. I snack all the time. So yeah, I just think that was funny. But here's a real one for real. Do one thing every day that scares you. And that would be by Eleanor Roosevelt. I guess I'm saying that today because, like I was just mentioning, bravery. I think it's really brave for people to do things that are uncomfortable and awkward and scary because there is a chance of being hurt and rejected, but there's also a chance of having a lot of success and having a lot of yeses. So I really do believe that you should do things that are scary. Maybe not every day. Maybe you have to work yourself up to it, but go out of your way sometimes. Try new things. Be brave. Put on a brave coat. I don't know what word I'm trying to say. Put on a hard hat. I don't know. You never know what may happen. And so, yes, that is the final portion of my podcast here. I'm not really sure if that was the best thing for me to do in that particular situation, but I did the best that I know of what to do. So, yeah, if you guys have any comments or questions, and let me know what should I have done? What was I supposed to do? Do you think that I handled it okay? Please let me know in the comments below. I'm all flustered now. I can't even talk. Give this video a like and a thumbs up. Share it with your friends. And you guys, go be brave. Go try new things. Be brave. Have an awesome day. You guys, I'm sweating right now. I don't know if I'm sweating because that was an awkward conversation or if because it's hot in here. I don't know. What do y'all think? Help me out here. Awkward. I hope it was okay. I hope you guys had a good listen, a good story. Catch you next time.